What's up, you guys? This is Spillin' Tea with Chris G, and tonight we're going over Basketball Wives episode 4. I'm going to be going over my top 5 highlights for you all, my question of the night, and of course, I'm going to spill that tea for y'all. So let's go ahead and get started. So for my first highlight of the night, I'm continuing on with Angel Brinks's sip and shop party from the last episode that we were talking about. And it's still kind of going crazy up in there because, of course, Brandi did pull up with Duffy. Shaunie O'Neal did not attend the party. However, she did send her love with some flowers and a beautiful card that she wrote to Angel B. But Tammy and Brandi kind of started getting into it because Brandi feels like nobody should have an opinion about the Brandi and Shaunie O'Neal situation except for them two, as because it really happened between them two from last season, and she feels like Tammy is getting too involved into the situation and too much going back and forth. So her and Tammy kind of got into like an argument. Brandi felt like, you really shouldn't be talking about this. You shouldn't have an opinion about whether or not I should apologize because I'm not going to apologize. And Tammy feels like Brandi should apologize and, try to be cool with Shaunie. So Brandi and Duffy had went to the back of the shop, and Brandi called Malaysia. And Malaysia was trying to figure out what's going on with them and what's all the commotion in the background. And then Brandi said someone called her B. So then she came back out and she told Angel L that she called her B. And Angel L was like, well, if I called you a B, I could call you a B anytime I want. So it just kind of spiraled out of control from there. So basically all the ladies left except for Jackie. Brandi and Duffy were still there, and they were leaving out the door. All of a sudden you see this G-Wagon Mercedes pull up, and hops out is Malaysia in some sweats, no makeup on, hair pulled back, ready to turn up at Angel Brinks's party. So Malaysia pulls up, she's like, where are they at? And Brandi, was telling Malaysia, no, they went home, they're gone, they already had left. And Jackie came outside and she was like, what is really going on right now? And so they kind of were discussing about what happened, and basically everyone had left. Jackie kind of stayed behind, but Angel Brinks, I kind of felt bad for her because she's like, my party is ruined. Like, she felt so embarrassed. On to my second highlight. Malaysia and Duffy finally met up, and of course they meet at the famous Pink's in California. And Malaysia and Duffy were just kind of recapping their first impressions upon each other. And Duffy just kind of wanted to spend some more time with Malaysia to get to know her, since she is Brandi's best friend, and Duffy claims that she is Brandi's sister. So Duffy was just kind of telling Malaysia, like, you kind of came off like, I don't know, kind of like bougie, or, my bag and my hair. And Malaysia, she basically told her, like, I can't have friends chosen for me. I have to choose my own friends, and I go off of energy. And Malaysia did admit that, maybe her first impression wasn't so well, but she said, I'm glad that you're giving me basically a second chance or a second meeting, because now you can kind of get to know me. And Malaysia, at times, she can come off a little bit cold. I can tell that. But Malaysia, I think she really does have a good heart, and I think that she could be a really good friend. So I'm glad that her and Duffy had kind of met up to get to know each other. On to my third highlight. Speaking of Brandi and Jackie have met up at some type of sports medical center in LA, and they got up in these like space age pods, and it's the feeling of like being in an airplane, your ears is popping. Of course, Jackie freaks out. I don't know what the pause was for. I don't know if it's for some weight loss or to keep your skin tight or something. But after the pod situation and Jackie freaking out, she just makes me laugh. But Jackie and Brandi had sat down, and Jackie was kind of talking to Brandi about what happened at the party, and Brandi said she felt like she was kind of being attacked by the ladies, and she just went on defense mode because she felt like it was like a surprise, like she didn't see it coming. And Jackie told Brandi, eventually, not just like I'm looking for an apology, but honestly, you really do need to sit down with Shaunie at this point because it's too many people getting involved. It's too many hands in the pot. And there really just needs to be a sit down. You guys really need to meet. And so finally Brandi agrees to sit down with Shaunie, but Brandi again stated this is not an apology, but we are going to go ahead and sit down and talk about the situation. So, hey, you never know what can happen in the future. On to my fourth highlight. So, we got to see Angel Brinks a little bit more and get to know her a little bit more in this episode. Angel Brinks had took her son to go get some glasses in LA. Angel Brinks' son, he's kind of being bullied right now, she was saying, and he kind of doesn't have a father figure in his life, so she just wanted to try to cheer him up, and the first thing was to try to get him some new glasses. During the visit to the eyeglass place, which by the way, their glasses look tight, so, but anyways, during that visit, she had asked her son, she goes, there was a guy in the mall a few days ago, and he was kind of being nosy, and he asked about your father, and you said that you didn't have one. Why did you say that? And he basically told her, I don't want to say that my dad is dead. And I just like broke into tears because I get so involved in these in these people. It was just so sad when he said it, and she even started crying. She was married, and her husband, her son's father, had committed suicide, and she had her son 2 weeks later. So, that was an emotional time for her as well. And she hasn't told her son, the story behind it, but he does know that he's dead. And she started crying, and he was crying, and she goes, you have a stepdad, you have uncles, and you do have a father. And he goes, I just don't want to say that he's dead or that he's passed. I just don't want to say that. And so, it was really emotional, but at the end, he has a father figure, he has a great mom, and I love the fact that we got to see a little bit more of Angel than we've seen in the past episodes and from the past season. So that was really good for us. On to my top 5 highlight. The moment we've all been waiting for. Brandi versus Shaunie. Cling, cling, cling. Okay, but seriously, they did finally have the sit down that we've all been waiting for. So Jackie broke the ice for everyone to kind of start talking it out. Shaunie asked Brandi about the interview that she keeps saying that she did. And Brandi was saying, you went on a radio station and you said that I called you a million times begging for my job. And so Shaunie, told her, well, it wasn't a million times, but you did call me several times asking for my job. Asking for your job, I'm sorry. And Brandi was like, that wasn't the case, and I apologized to you, and I felt like that was wrong that you did that, and you're not the boss. Like, you act like you're the boss, and you're not, and, you want me to respect you, but you have to give respect back. And Shaunie, she told her, she was like, well, I don't want your respect. I don't care if you respect me or not. But, and calling me a B didn't bother me at all, but the things that you're saying when you're with the group of girls versus then when you're around me, it's not the same. And, basically Shaunie at the end, they were just not agreeing with each other. And Malaysia kind of tried to step in and tried to be like, hey, maybe this was just a misunderstanding. Maybe we can come to terms with this. But Shaunie was like not having it. And she basically told Brandi, I'm done with you. Hot tea moment. So Jackie had posted up on her Twitter while the show was airing that they have reached over 1 million views. So their views have went up 0.6. So congratulations to VH1. Ex basketball wife Drea Michelle will be doing her own documentary on Netflix. And my last thing is question of the night. Who do you think was slaying at the Shaunie versus Brandi table conversation? Let me know down in the comments. And please make sure that you guys subscribe and make sure that you come back for tomorrow, as I will be going ahead and reviewing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time.